Hello everyone, my name is Joel Nirjan. In this presentation, I'll be walking you through the outcomes of the strategic plan and the lesson learned from the process. I'll be covering the strategic overview, how we implemented the plan, our result, feedback collected, and my recommendation moving forward. Our organization vision is to deliver exceptional customer service through innovation and continuous improvement. Our mission focuses on strengthening the internal process, improving communication, and enhancing staff capability so we can deliver consistent and high quality service across the organization. This strategic plan aims address several organization issues, including updating operational documents, improving cross-department communication, and preparing staff for upcoming changes. The timeline for this was 6 months, with regular checkpoints built in to track our progress. To implement the strategic plan, we adopted a stage approach. First, we communicated the purpose of the strategic changes to stop through initial briefings. This was important to establish awareness and encourage engagement from the start. Next, responsibilities were allocated. HR was responsible for staff capability development, marketing for updating and submitting reports. The operations team took care of the updating key documents, and leadership teams oversaw communication alignment across all departments. We tracked progress using KPIs such as reporting, deadlines, document completion rates, communication consistency, and overall staff readiness. Weekly project meetings and monthly performance reviews help us stay aligned with our target timeline. When we compare our target outcomes to the actual result, we saw a mixture of strong achievement and areas that require improvement. On the positive side, the organization demonstrated strong resilience, particularly during challenging period when workload increased. Most documents were eventually updated, and some departments showed noticeable improvement in communication. However, several changes emerged. There was a significant gap in project management knowledge across the organization, which caused delays in meeting some milestone. Staff resistance to change was also evident, largely because many employees did not fully understand why the changes were necessary. In addition, the marketing department experienced delays in submitting reports to the board, which impacted decision making. Communication remained inconsistent despite having a communication plan in place. External pressure, including competing priorities and time constraint, and also contribute to this outcome. To validate this result, I conducted a consultation session with a key organizational stakeholder. During the discussion, we review our target versus actual report, where the strategy worked and where the improvement were needed. One of the major pieces of feedback was the staff needed clearer and more consistent communication through the changes process. The stakeholder also highlighted that some employees were unsure about the purpose of the changes, which directly contribute to their resistance. They also commented on the need for earlier training and better presentation for teams who were heavily impacted by the updates. This feedback was incredibly useful as it allowed us to identify gaps that were not immediately visible during the implementation. From this project, several key lessons emerged. We learned that early clear communication is essential in reducing resistance and improving staff engagement. We also recognized that needed to strengthen project management capability across the organization to avoid delays and maintain consistency. Monitoring system need to be more rigorous, particularly when it comes to document updates and reporting responsibilities. Despite the challenges, the organization demonstrated adaptability and resilience, which is a major strength we can build for the future initiatives. Based on these lessons, I recommended implementing structure, project management training for the staff involved in the strategic task communication platform will also help ensure consistent information flow across departments. Additionally, appointing a reporting coordinator will help prevent delays in submission and conducting regular changes readiness. Assessment can help us identify potential resistance earlier. Overall, this recommendation will support smoother and more efficient strategic implementation moving forward. Thank you for your time, and I look forward for applying this insight to strengthen our future strategies and continue improving organizational performance.